Ceann rudaí go sméire be léam ó léire is géal scanán na híre. Mar dhéantóir, scríbhneoir, gríosire, tespántóir, nó chaomhneoir, mar is léir ón lecht seo san institúd. Sa chláir seo Seoda beag aithniúcha héithar dá chuid. An chéad cheann Our Country, tráchtas gangaideach politúil ó 1928. In dhé sin Portrait of Dublin, clár tar a sóireachta nar dáilech tar éis a dhéanta in 1952, agus atá le ficáil heile fís den chéadúir an seochanacht. Bunaíoch clanna poblachta in 1927. Ag oltáchan in 1928, tispánag Our Country ag crunithe poiblí, mar bhí ó léirech an tosaigh chách sa tuiscint a bhí aige neart na scanán mar uirlis fola túil. Thugann scanán aig chrótan na coshaointere, an imirce, bailsciú, bochtanas, feilí sa talabhuíocht, agus thar éí eile an scrisa bhí á imirt ag an eting sa tír ina raibh an lámh uachtar ag éaman de bhléire agus bhí na fáil le breis is dem líana. Sprág an scanán scliúchas fud na tíre in anáir na bliana 28. Fian na fáil á cháine mar bhréag propaganda agus a géalamh go gurfi fé choise. Níor cuireach agus bhuaig clanna poblachta desaí cháin dála, a chur a gomas bheith páirteach in sa chóiríaltas a chur an róig éon na fáil.
Hello. Do you ever think as much as you should about things here in Ireland? We've had 25 years of native government in this part of the country. How have we utilized it?
This is your country, our country. We have to live in it, unless, like so many of our sons and daughters, we emigrate to a land which offers more opportunity to earn a living wage than does our own country. An emigration which should not be necessary. An emigration which, in fact, the most Reverend Dr. Dignan describes as a slow bleeding to death of our nation. Some of you may feel that this is not your responsibility, that it is the responsibility of your public representatives. But public affairs are not the monopoly of any particular group of persons. They are your affair and will be the concern of your children. Look at our country today. The volume of agricultural production has been steadily falling since 1932. Poverty and destitution are all too prevalent. Our population figures are dangerously low. Young men and women, for economic reasons, cannot marry. Only 18 out of every 100 who reach the age of 29 are married. In England, the figure is 53, while in America, 64 out of every 100 are married before they reach the age of 30. The death rate of children under the age of 1 year is among the highest in the world. Unemployment, malnutrition, inadequate wages, lack of social security, and bad living conditions are mainly responsible. These factors are destroying the confidence of the people in the future of our country. Surely these evils, so contrary to religion and civilization, should not exist in a country which, as Dr. Dignan points out, is one of the few creditor nations in the world today. Because the pound has lost its value abroad, it has also lost its purchasing power in Ireland. Thus, our shops are filled with imported luxury goods at high prices, which the majority of our people neither want nor can afford. Yes, a Merry Christmas indeed. But for you housewives in the audience, the festive season merely accentuates the problem which confronts you throughout the year. Today you meet with shortages which seem strangely out of place in a country such as ours. But not so strange when we consider that in a brief 12 months, our cattle have decreased by 200,000, our sheep by 300,000, our pigs by 16,000, and our poultry by 200,000. No wonder then that you housewives find the shortage of essential goods equaled only by the shortage of change when you visit the grocers. What is wrong with Ireland? 100 years ago, the population was about 7 million. Today, it is under the 3 million mark. Must this decrease continue until we are extinct? Many years ago, this bleak, bare land was forest. Even the land which can support man is producing less and less. A more pressing problem than reforestation is the dread scourge of tuberculosis which stalks through our land. Can we do anything about this? Here is Dr. Noel Brown, whose job it is to fight TB.
To fight TB, we medical men must have modern equipment. Only 2 out of the existing 42 so-called sanatoria provide full treatment facilities. The result is that nearly 4,000 people die every year of TB. 950 people are awaiting in vain admission to these sanatoria. Tuberculosis is both preventable and curable. Why then have nearly 60,000 people died of this disease in the last 15 years?
Too many victims of the diseases arising from bad living conditions are denied the hospitalizations so necessary to their recovery.
Public affairs are your concern. This is your country. You live in it. Your welfare and the well-being of your children depend upon how it is run. You, the people, can stem the decadence which is undermining the spirit of our nation. The evils of communism and of state control are the results of public indifference. What we need above all is enthusiasm and an independent public opinion based on Christian social principles. Instead of flag waving, instead of national records and personalities, what is needed is a policy based upon reality. Instead of recriminations and self-glorification based upon past events. The need is vision, enthusiasm, and a plan for the future.
In idir chuige de bhunaigh Sean McBride an cór cultúra agus taug ó léire chun Portrait of Dublin a thuairt grí. Scanán a bhús glóch ard an phobal a bhus agus haar lear an gcathair. Ach fé námar críochníoché in idir chuige héan, bhí an córéaltas curtha as effig, agus cór cultúrtha nó a réim nach raibh mórán báigecha le líam ó léire. Deirig idir ó léire agus Frank Aiken an taide bhí freagrach as an cór cultúrtha, chuidigh scapa an scanáin ar ceall, agus le tán déistin bhailig líam leis go sasanna mar ar héithre sé ar fannam líanta.
Some thousands of years ago, a tiny settlement lay on the plain of the Liffey, that river beside whose smoothly flowing waters the fabulous Princess Seoda once dreamed of love. Today, Anna Livia Plurabella flows through the city of Dublin, capital of Ireland. Past brewery wharfs it flows, past bridges and buildings that have seen the mingled pageant of a nation's history unfold. a river that wends its way from the mountains to the sea, carrying on its waters the traffic of modern commerce. As it widens into the bay, the foreshore of Clontarf and the headland of Howth bear witness to the epic struggle between the Norse invaders and the Irish under their High King Brian. For on Good Friday of 1014, at the very gates of the city which they founded, the power of the Vikings in Ireland was broken forever. The bay is fringed with mountains to the south, and by the romantic charm of Killiney. While to the north, the head of Howth stands guardian over a city which softly nestles beside its setting of sea, sky, and hills. Dublin's aspirations are reflected in its characteristic piety. Day begins with prayer. Its routine jobs proceed with much the same patterns as those of any large city, but its tempo is gentle and leisurely. Friendliness is proverbial, for everyone has time to be interested in his neighbor. Leisure is important to the Dubliner. Beside the busy shopping centre of Grafton Street lies the pleasant park of Stephen's Green. It is a microcosm of that greater heritage which the Dubliner possesses at the very gates of his city. Sport and recreation of all kinds spring from the natural environment of sea and hills. The national pastimes of Gaelic football and hurling bring their thousands of followers to Croke Park, where the finals in the inter-county games decide the champions for the year. Excited crowds are seldom disappointed by the standards of sportsmanship displayed. The annual shows of the Royal Dublin Society are reminders that Dublin is the capital of an agricultural community. And this society, which was founded in the 18th century, has not only fostered rural activities, but has provided Dublin with many cultural amenities. In the 18th century, Dublin was the centre of a colonial parliament adorned by the oratorical genius of Henry Grattan. In this city of extreme wealth and acute poverty, political hopes ran high when the formation of Lord Charlemont's volunteers seemed to indicate a step nearer the realization of a greater independence for the nation. It was a gay city which held its levees at Dublin Castle. state religious functions were held at Christ Church Cathedral. This age left Dublin a rich heritage of enlightened town planning. The broad streets lined by gracious, well-proportioned houses, pleasant parks and squares for recreation. St. Stephen's Green. Merrion Square. The Phoenix Park. Ringing the city are the pleasant waterways of the Grand and Royal Canals, still used for inland transport. The great houses of Dublin were the contribution of an age when good taste was an essential feature of society. Powers Court House, Aldborough House, Charlemont Casino, and Charlemont House. Leinster House is today the home of Ireland's Parliament. The beautiful exterior decoration, fireplaces, ceilings and stairways are the work of master craftsmen who in many cases were specially brought to Dublin to add to the beauty of the city. The public buildings were magnificent in scale, and the Custom House designed by James Gandon is a fine example. The forecourts originally entrusted to Thomas Cooley was completed by Gandon. The Royal Exchange by Cooley is today the home of the Dublin Corporation. The Royal Hospital Kilmainham was built in the late 17th century for the reception and entertainment of ancient, maimed and infirm officers and soldiers. Stephen's Hospital and the Rotunda, the first maternity hospital in these islands, enshrine Dublin's medical tradition which goes back many centuries. Learning and the arts have flourished in this city. Through the gates of Trinity College, many famous writers, statesmen, philosophers and scientists have passed. For this was the University of Edmund Burke, Oliver Goldsmith, Bishop Berkeley, and Jonathan Swift, Dean of St. Patrick's Cathedral. This great man was born beside the castle steps. Bitter satirist and immortal author of Gulliver's Travels, he lies buried in his cathedral beside the Stella whom he loved. His last gift to his city was the mental hospital of St. Patrick's, the charity of a man whose heart was torn by savage indignation at the social and political wrongs of his age. It was the heyday of the arts in Dublin. Richard Brinsley Sheridan of Dorset Street wrote The School for Scandal. His father, Tom Sheridan, was impresario of Smock Alley Theatre, whose brightest star was the incomparable Peg Woffington. John Field of Golden Lane invents the nocturne and is buried in far-off Moscow. Michael Kelly of Mary Street creates the role of Don Basilio in Mozart's Figaro in Vienna. On the 13th of April, 1742, at Neil's Music Hall, Fishamble Street, George Frederick Handel conducts the world premiere of The Messiah. But a great age was passing. Tyranny opposed the demands of freedom-loving patriots. In the liberties and secret places of the city, the United Irishmen planned revolt that ended tragically in the dock of Green Street Courthouse. Death, imprisonment, or exile came to many. So died Wolfe Tone, father of Irish republicanism, Lord Edward Fitzgerald. Robert Emmet, the romantic star of Ireland's aspiration, who was to be lamented by the poet Thomas Moore. And so seemed to die too the hopes of a nation. The Act of Union with England was passed. The Irish Parliament was no more. An aristocracy fled, leaving decay behind them, and a dream that Dublin has never quite forgotten. The 19th century dawned. Dublin became the centre of Irish nationalist activity. Daniel O'Connell, the liberator, won Catholic emancipation and became mayor of the city. Catholic places of worship sprang up, and education for Catholics became a reality. The sinister influence of Dublin Castle resisted the aims of patriots like Parnell, who denied the alien attempt to set a boundary to the onward march of the nation. Dublin has ever been a city of writers. The tragic Mangan sang of dark Rosaline, the eternal spirit of Ireland. The brilliant Oscar Wilde spent his childhood beside the park of Merrion Square. George Bernard Shaw was born in the modest neighborhood of Sing Street. Douglas Hyde, afterwards to become the first president of a new Ireland, inaugurated with the aid of men like Owen MacNeill the Gaelic League for the Preservation of the Irish Language. And so was opened up a whole new literature to which later generations have added. Irish music and pastimes have moved forward beside the study of that language described by the 17th century poet Geoffrey Keating. Milish tanga an reilig, go gon chavwer cheklie, glor geir chin glee glin gaspa, suir ksheria sult vlasta. The awakening of national consciousness produced a rich flowering in English. The movement which W.B. Yeats and Lady Gregory began developed great writers like Synge and O'Casey and led to the foundation of the famous Abbey Theatre. Outside it all stood James Joyce, inspired chronicler of the city, walking into eternity along Sandymount Strand. The soul of the nation was in ferment. Arthur Griffith, inspired journalist and statesman, founded Sinn Féin and preached self-reliance, which, interpreted by the poet Pádraig Pearse, led to the seizure of Dublin in 1916 and the proclamation of the Irish Republic. Years of tragic struggle lay ahead, but Dublin and with it the Irish nation rose like a phoenix from its ashes. Dublin, once the stronghold of Viking, Norman and Saxon, had at last returned to its people. And so, as night comes to the city of the Liffey, in the growing dusk, the shadows from its great story fall across the waters of the flowing river. Its people snatch the last few hours from the rationed day and enjoy the less organized but more spontaneous pleasures of the city's night.
Guinness, please.
Reflections bridge the night with the ripples of the morning breeze as Dublin wakes to a new day. Fort of the Dane, garrison of the Saxon, Augustan capital of a Gaelic nation, appropriating all the alien brought, you give me time for thought, and by a juggler's trick you poise the toppling hour. Oh, greyness run to flower, grey stone, grey water, and brick upon grey brick.
Ní an éana an bhrá sláinte fa bli an tír seo, sna dachadí agus na cogadí, crácrí mór dal an líontaí an éring ó ló go ló a bheith asláinte. Crácrí go mórmhór a bheith an eting. Galar marafach nach raibh inlóálta ach le fíorhéanaí ag vaccín nó. Cúram trauma bethe brú ar an rialtas lecht leis agus an pobl catíanta aig go thuairt ar leisan an nó. Níor bhein dó héine. Chuig an rangslainte a muoín Institút Náisiúnta na Scanán. Dunnach inúcha ar réan dacrachtaí ó chúram fiacail, sláintechas peblií, ach bhain rá cheandíomh go príomha le diftéir agus an eting. Stop Thief agus Voyage to Recovery le Gerard Healy. Cuireann das Scanán béim fé léthir go bhfuil an chóir leis ar an dághalar marafachasa séir in eisce agus ar chostas an stáit.
Tá bhaire, ná fuilir ar fónam.
Ní mé cinse a hín.
An bhfuil scánach tínar?
Se, sílu.
Béidir go chuirda tal bhaile agus é ráile do bháthir.
Se hín.
Doreen, níl mára gan bheith fónam a bhís le tal bhaile le.
Se hín.
Ní bheith dádáir a mára go bháire le cúnam dé.
Se hín.
The rinne díana in aigen diftéir na rinne?
Nírin a bhachtóir fós.
Fós? Ach, bachóir gan éanaí san is éana leanana.
Ní hé an diftéir atá ní séirí a bhachtóir.
Ní féidir am bheith dain de sin fós a bhainní bhfuil rúnaí. Ach, chalín beag an bhróite a tainti. Agus leis na cóirí sin is fear a bheas go a bheith. Dábhrí sin táim chun instella a thuirtí. Ní bhuair sí an antitoxin hena a bhuair?
Ní óra a bhachtóir.
Tógad swab dá scónaí le coragóir trílach. Idir a dáling, féach chuige go bhainantí go ciúin sochair sa lebaí, agus ná lig an cuairtóirí cúi. Bé torar an scrúdathe againn gan róhuiil. An tospadé le leise, an doctor ó rehalí a cain. Tá cost diftéir agam.
Dairig mar an donna treéis tí teachtasteach san ospedéil. Leis an átain na scórnaí, hui sé díanaar hí an álu. Agus hosnig nivan diftéir a lethair fuid a cuirp.
Dad éitse got a hiorsa.
Na, agatsa, a caradiram.
Bhí mar gáhan agam.
The rinne díana in aigen diftéir na rinne? Ach, bacóir gan éanaí son agus íon an gceann.
Tá sí breise agus ní a bhí sníos nach chuir. Is mi hidíní ar a bheith a bheith
Canas atá sí a bhanalta?
Tá fios beagad é hiúr. Is ré hana lú, is súna sí a colla.
Ach bhí tamil fada fósan san a raibh maire go maith ríis. Is omí drochíras ma lenas an diftéir, agus a gás waire bhí an nimh a leatsaid na curt, tar éis paralís a thuirt na matáin an ailethe. Bhí hí tréimh se chahabh cengailte an gléas, a chawrí leis na scamóga, aibrú scamóga mar ba chóir. Is a lá nada chuí hart sa la bhuaisí ar eis lú na matán san. Agus is am lá eile fós go raibh sí ar waise na sláinte ríis.
Nílas agam cad a dhéana mí se hochtúir dá na mí é ní ar mhaire.
A dofach baire, ba wahan waisiadíb go chorúar fis choúar an Dr. O'Rahara, agus an son gur gin sesin bartar an dirt. An antitoxin na hug sé dí ar a chéad chuirt, sinné ha ré ní eile a Hawaii.
An lusin tú sanna Joseph.
An isgwyl si slán foláin ar ís, hasúlagam go digan se bhrein nar gad a sotálu a nechar, da nienti díana ar waire.
Bhíamar an ja chórma go gochtúir, ach níor cheapamar go bhéta le héad a hálú ar báistene.
Oram san lochta Joseph. Ba bhórlam de go í bhre go díaníochlam.
Ba bhór an dí chéile sin, agus tóbar go bhaich mair a bástáhara. Tigan se bhanis cad fágad dre sítar an díana comórsan, mar go bhfuil sé crothahéige gur ítach éfachtach an chusanté. A buchas den díana, níl an diftéir go for lehan a nis agus bhíoch beagán blian ó hin. Ní haar líon na ruigen ó bhásach a haar líoch san tean alm, nuair dheach na céta lenah bás an galar gach blian. Ach, má rímíd náf cuaramach, agus tá nomadíine déanamh náf cuaram den díana, is deall ráithach go dar lói le héide ríis. Ba brísin a bhainni bhéil rúni, is sé an rialéid an ila fáiste, ná díana a ggéanamh ag na hísin an némiasa, cuig bliana agus defniana. Is féidir le féim a bhainte neisceas an terahí se thug an húdarás sláinte, nó féidir le Dr. Charlie féna dhéanamh.
Devan erigid atá dal an ispedéal a gochtúir.
Na chuirich sanna in bharigart a vici bhéil rúni, ní gáíochas choráil ospedéal a gás an diftéir, agus bíon áthas san an gcónaí an níhil dhéanamh an áthir. Gadi a sean diftéir, ná ligigé de bhór lenaí a sciabóid. Tá díana an aigen diftéir ar fáil séir a neisce a chách.
Right of breath me.
Here's a gochtúir.
Garsún agus a bhád, tá scéal a go bhá leis an mád san, Áthar féim chóramsa se ahar an garsún sin, agus tá lá hin nuair sé má chú mar bhhalis.
Céhé déile bhhaimi.
Gapioch rialte. Is súsa agus lear go maiar a darhón láide go súla a gadí. Ríon.
Se?
Í foiicitte go.
Ní le lán. Ní le nachrasarm. Achar nó taim se múr agus leidir hena féin.
Caihin na táid in na báda pí nó.
Ach sé scéal chéna go éile cúpla seachtain na nuas. Tá a chur sús an bhí agus a gearrán go míon tuirse de héras.
An aimsir is cúis leis.
A fríocha tá tasa lóid béidir, síling go cód eit dul agus an doctor ó léir a deiscint.
Ach bíon gachéine beagán triseach an isise sa rís?
Má le tú níos le brí tú féin ní fis cad i hiúco gas.
Ní fis cad a hiúca gas má bhím sé déanach ag an ifig.
Tinúdarom agus púlas teachcutí an doctor ó léir a lí bhhaile tróna.
Caihin na táid in na báda pí nó.
Déanam is roiint ibre a nach beidir.
Je gan dat die chéle is a bhíon, teag agus fecha nach tro léire.
Ní hinting le máma chu mú ar an bhar ganóach san.
Agus oig bhenaí síle go bhfuil sis a hagan na féinice, agus is má le bríon sí chán sa bhaile. Nóair a scrúdaíos bríon ní ráhas rá hátain na chlíomhrach agus thochríos cinean fi scrúdú ex ruhinna air. Tá sé a bhís ex ruhinna cléomhán, séir in eiscad an ila gwine, agus gan rá bhíl le furas túris cinna hair.
Iarach bheag de galrú sa scábhá dhéis. Ach, cé mar thór galrú?
Is sagaliom gar a bí an nettingi.
A dige muid go bhfuil an netting ormsa.
Ní hína go manach sé prabasa a bhríon, ach níl an scéal chud anna sanna dingen tú.
Ach, a bhfuil cinnte nach darúdé. Is álaigh líomh héman a bhráite?
Gáil áras. Níl an galar dollar ó ada. Tá an thar gur bhrahama có luasáid. Tréis se bhealga sanatorium?
Sanatorium? Ach, cad mar eola a heileach. Conas...
Ní gá díal as cuiráil sanatorium a bhríon, agus ní gá éanam ní a bhirta déobh de heilig. Táis géim an chuige sin freisin más gá.
Tuigim.
Ní bheith do chóra martsa ach dul a bheallas.
Ní hiag lom mé chredúint. Ní féidir lom mé chredúint.
Bhí córa fadagam le bríon sol a rimig sé. Bhí níos a déobh na hettinga go, ach bhí is a gom go dócha sé tamilúig dul a híon scéal. Cuirg sé breisiol is ar hynny stéanaí, agus tigfi go a ábharí agus a bhí sé.
A bhfuir an doctor chéir an tuairis cex rihinne. A bhfuir?
Fuair.
Bhfuil rud ag an cear a bhríon?
Lí, tá.
Cadí a bhríon? An etin?
An etting muis.
O, bhríon bhocht. A bhríon bhocht a sol am son. A caig na gúil sé rógóna, ní échar tú an a bhróte?
Nílan. Dúirte nach ró bhile ag an stad seo. Ach tá an galúir orm.
Má tá caithar é leias.
Cilíonn san dal as bailíos agalam.
Na féad fafanach an sú.
Bheag se níos fearr dul go sanatorium. Níos fearr a gacha inne. sé an téimtlí a bháine go méach an chóráil ceas le fáile gom, agus dear an doctúr ó cléirigh go bhaid an eiscé, agus go bhair se a lúntas aige dó lucht na sláinte. Dínsastón ar a bhéine an eiscogin.
Ná bíoh éanaim níocht maidir líne bhríon. Is cuma a go méid an chóráil is fear am le fáile got, agus go raifá bheos a lúise agus a béidir.
Is áliam so.
Bhrí.
Here it's Auntie.
Seo chuing Antín Máire.
Ben fiúntaach de chríocha sean Máire Antín Bhríonach, tá si begánaí sean aimsir na túra mí, go háirithe má bheith leis an etting.
Díon se stean, fáilte ród a bhór. Wel, is gaga mé bretni có mór le tig. Có mór le tig. Ní aimneoch é, is gearwish. Anis? De his hafte dan henne, af mi is er an kantje. Madrin dana. Caffedal Aspallier.
Cad.
Is Carrail.
Go sanatorium.
Sanatorium? A vrian. Will er kindje?
Lawn, kindje.
A ken for. I haulige ta. Níl tú tar éis airí leche.
Dún co Knastason. Sha.
A cílíonn tú.
Cílíonn go bhfuil an netting orm.
A bhríon.
Sha. Sinní atá orm.
A canas. Cá bhúr sí.
I fiochas suas le neavastar tócha.
Tá sé seo go fásach. Go fásach fad. I éidir é hiiscint. Búchil drama tá bhríon. Will Sheila Faláin.
Có Faláin le breach.
Ní ein rion de sin riamh a déimhna den teilech.
Is léir go dár líon a netting orintha, fiúháin is na teiligis credúna.
Agus caiidú dalga sanatorium.
Ní lorm dal ach graiad.
Is droch gur a bhéis fear. Ai banal trí agus doctóri, agus sagartag.
Ní mar fós am tá a gut.
Bhríon, I códa sin a rá. Tá díama, agus béidir gur mó blian sí a ród fós.
Tja, well, caithad dulcan lebig, is agalium.
Có luas san.
I hawa antín.
Slán le a bhríon.
Vincent Sanatorium bejaar gref ober een leis velaan tjol de vrien. Agus fechúrum banal trí agus doctorialte, dimig a land an aglie agus fédiger a bhuinín gevetug sé féin a chláánú. Is gear gref annach chuidó leis a géir an gór leifstan chalar, agus gur hiig sé céan tácht mhór a bhuinean le scí omláán agus béilí rialta. Búr sé amach gur cuma céan chorála tuchtaí nar gá díal as éon fiocta. Níor hir a ger na chothirach dóchandithe agus is stíaligand, agus bhí an cudis módíomh a dul a bheallas go bra. Wanaltra le sláinte puiblí tar éis a hocrúgan an fi scrúdó híle agus bhrefni, a bhíidir bert áwas. Ach mar chosant galrúna díir seo tugad BCG de bhrefni. Cud eile de hervís na hettinge atá sléir in eisce. Agus is a ge go raibh síle agus brefni saorán galar, agus go raibh na húdará sláinte fiachant in ní agó hé verigid, bring a brian dulchan cín an a bháhan chiad húpla mídó in san sanatorium. Ach bhí cúpla a dí fós a díanamh búr agó.
Tá radáirithe bhhailm í frí as a bhachtú sé, buineann sé leis an angus cuilfelam. An méid sé ceacalór go nábheith chahabh, sé chialam am léon ceistán mé bheith habar imhórt asláin.
Níl ní a broin sin.
Bedin an cothra mibra dhéanamh.
Má thugann tú ar a réúnta má a tháinte, béir.
Tuigim.
Táir an áras er. Tásúla gom ná ceapan tú gur sort asláin bise.
Tuige tusa.
Bhís hain im áthréitine beagán blian ó hin.
Se, fís. Díalad.
A bhí cruthóir.
Se?
An isbeag a chanach do thuiris ex-rihanna dhéanach, sílam go legfarid híú an lága léir gan róhíl.
Go híntaach?
Hei, ní gáin deá, meastal bheit nethe thugans go bog réig.
Ó, pardún. Mayarud.
Nishgurif sé tarnov, chuigal chudele den amsan ospidéal hat go tapig do bhrian. Vicky Crude came to the rig.
Time ago to it. They can both it.
It's just made on body in a shinagut. Well, it's local got all this college cap at Jahakan. Lee Janach, Bailey, Yabrielta, Barriach, the Briggs Lahage.
Bed Anna Arab faster go to it.
It's the order back for Kurmouth. He more than your cat big, Colata, this air oor. And there's no Jarud offer, Dolga Dian Clinic I Jewel, or Stada Nuka, again Gach 3V other. Ma yen to son, agus bahar realta chahav, agus color rare amon to realta, agus fannacht at atmosphere plúpta, ni veik stro behort.
Vi mar súlagach to it, go meach a hele klinge going.
O gan ars, ta súlagam nach wil se sinna búrif, ni gau netching le duchas, ni rogo geen lan a brief agus etchinger. Kunig súl ar flainch na klinge, fiachig gan yenter isni BCG down i the chusn der galro, agus gan yenter leis stad yn uwchare I gian tref si realta, an son is biagus boildoi. Wel, ragle nach fecen to a rish, slan gut nish.
Slan at agach to it.
Bí airach lid chud airigid, an chóir le chéanna atá ag Where Does the Money Go, agus Love and Money. Rá éireacht ag an rang poist agus telegrafa, sin a bhealach an stóma trí chuigilt agus chaamhna. sé dearcha an dás gan ánaring mar bhainte ná go bhfuil mé dalta ag cathmhan ag pléisiúr agus drális. Sna cégadí agus na seascadí fehrú grúma ach na muochta na heimsere is tócha go raibh cíal lei sin. Gerard Healy, eistóir, dramadóir agus léirethóir a raibh ard vescadóir agus buchná leis feim a bhaint as gnéhid an drámuocht ar bhathe le sa léire. In sé taide fíor spéisiúil ar an difriocht ar nós a chaiteachas fear agus ban I rinne gogadí.
Harrigad. Ní mór don gcuid is móging ebrú go díon chun ár methe a hiilimh. Slí bhethe tá agin, caithamíad an chuid is fearr dar saoil le. Bhuailing cuid den airigid a hiilimíad a chiimead, ach de gná sleamhnaíonn sé uing ar chuma éigin. Cá déan sé go léir.
Ar nó catar a urmhór ar riachtainna sí, go háirithe ar bhí, agus sin ben tí is móin an cáil sun. Ní foras airigid a hábháil ar bhí. Ní fada go dag an céal don chuid is móging mad leis an sóta se badóireachta, ní fallága tacht. Bí míad an fels na narí bí go bheas agus iscint go míon luach agad airigid á óilagain. Ní mór beartú go bailach chun cathú má haláthar ar gná airigid tíis. Béidir nach mór airíonlinge chur a deisce ach ní héan airigid an móring, ní hachfain dúné. Ach cabra seo? Ó, déaling, cúpla tráta darúdamh. Ein hele, a rán stálathe. Is bín a chur anna ís an núl. Béidir go déal beagán belga móring tréise tail, agus béidir leis go taise chun tíime dá gurtína beagán le chéile dear na bliana. Is fíor beag díine chuirid gúil airigid le dógin, agus is tócha nach róghast an rudé sean grátaí créasa go dúsáid mar hampla. Nó an kitalacha mead ar fiúcha de hír ar agala go nach gáilis. Nó an tig go léir a bheith fé lán talas agus gan gáilis ach an éon tómar a bháin. Ní mór a bhíon fáchar nóair a bhíon éca gringas na riachtainna sí, ach saoil cruige ná ceadóg sólistí bega éigen dúin féin. Tá lán rud a dheann gur fiú an teirigad iad son an pléisiúr a thugad. An sás a bhhéimid as bheith a tóir ar bhar gáintí chur a gás, ní mór ná agus bíú luach capal rá sé. Ach is béas le cuidiging éon airigad a bhíon fácha bhín a chahab, agus gan de chúis leis ach an teirigad a bheith arúmparaging. An chéadúir eile de mídling féin, ní bheith méid có caiteach, agus béidir go meach beáinín fágagin a chur a deisce. Mana bhfuil ar pósta agus gan cuaram tíart, becheap go meach sé éascairigid is spáráil. Ach tá irid san ann chun túr bhela, rudaí deasa le ceannach. Agus madar le maisiú agus cneas choráil níor bhórgaid severis chun chuneáil suas le duine mar Zaza Gabor nó Dorothy le mór. Agus an sanna ríis catú gan a bheith chun deirigid chuid ólais dún imachtaí na huire de flé go measara tuiscinach. Agus ar deirigíir a gcónaí beagnach, dhéintúmach na bhíon éon airigid fácagut.
Fyr vegana cachan fyr. Siúlóid veg trán hóna treis lá cruig ebere, sin agus ní mór harris sin is acfing doing. Nóin is a rís cachan ní begán nihen nach ní an fyr riachtanach, ach ní hen arigad a mooring. Can ele gan chinge, níl buite géan rá chapel a nniu. Ach ní hen dochar a bheith gérig pingin veg breshe géan ó henne. Nú córá beag a bheith den a huebnas os cún breinin dí. Catahart, a hircas an tám. Dechan doris, an rod céan a ríis stocha, bar é húbalt, túr laat fe frí hier. Ach seo fearstóin se he, fiachan sé rimis, ní ólan sé, chahach sé tatini pún sa teachtain, ach dairig sé astan nuair a bheirteach sé ar chaigilt. Eisteach go leor ní léon airigad fósaige, cá rimis sé weig. Feice mis. Cheannig sé táplach nóchan an airigad a chaigilóch sé chiméad. Gramophone, bráis léad a uiradóir, peirad a ghearcáin sean chaite, agus tá post chósa Vorbert chirpersúlaige, agus mar sin féin tá daine an agus éiríonn do airigad a chaigilt. Conas. Chaigilt ag níos dóra ar an seanócail. Dúis, sulla gahan tú tada, ní mór dat a hocrú cévéidir féidir leat a spáráil. Fadó bé an decrocht áid slán dáil d'airigad chaigilte, ach bé an cur gan fásaige seo hé. Airigad seasc. Fé láthir is an efig an fuiste curtar é, áid a míon sé ní hamáin sa Europa éil, ach ag tilh dóil. Ní hamáin go gaigelíon a dtíine sin airigad, ach déanaan siad airigad. Muna gredan tú nach féidir airigad a chur a daisce san saoil díon seo, tá an seo hin ád efig an fuist, anim na chu breis is 3 milliún finé a chrohíon gur féidir é ghéanam. Iad seo bhain an féim as bang taisce an fuist, chuidann siad a gud airigad a daisce, dar 4 milliún pún san líon. Agus fós, curtar timppel 4 milliún eile san líon a gátaí caigiltis. Nuair a chuidann tú ólas ar chleisio na caigilte, níl a déanamh a gutach tosnú. Níl an chiad chéim éasca, ach an a dhéag sin, déanann tú nósta ag gan istat féin. An bang taisce an fuist go speisialta do locht na min caigilte. Is féidir tosnú le pinganí agus suas go dtí 2,000 púnta bheith agad an. Cumas dos go lófá cúntas taisce, níl éon dua leis. Cahan tú bheith 7 bliana dhís. Agus sin a bhfuil an, sin ile. Ní hána éon chostas leis, agus ní léon decrocht an tairigad a thógan tamach uair ar bit. Dóibh seo go bhfuil ofnid beagáid ceimad go neamhtharaifach sa tígacha, tug an cártaí caigiltis chuiadóibh inéistíocht socharach fad téarmach a dhéanamh. Is fíor gur beag duine agin go meach puing salibhrisige, muna gadóch sé dó féin roint donna sólastí agus na pléisiúr bheaga chuir an gilean ársail. Ach diatach an chuidas mó agin, beagáiníon éigen a chur a letíh, dá néana mís árgatachas de bhartú rih ré. Is máling go léir luachar go airigad dáil. Agus níl slí is fear chuige sin, ná airigad a chur a letíh le haid cuidanna nihis fiúntaí, na compór dabar a bhainean le teach deas cónathe. An sásamh a bhainean le chuíúirt de lena í gumas a síal. A bheith séir ó agalan na grúatan a diatach a bheith an nándóing. Agus is deas é go mechar ar gumas cúpla seachtain a chaha féin gríon cos farige. Nú lán súl den spéir agus den a crín dáil. Nú teachgarí an chahead más ón dua sin agus uiranta dul níos fuide ó bhaile. Ach thar éon ní eile, dar éir mar bhíon na blianta ag sleanú, is deas é ólas a bheith agin, go méid nefs blachas agus sás a bhaigine agin, nuair a bheith an taníis builteling, agus deire le séthar ár le. Beartú cíalmhar a seachan chaigilt.
Bejar at Healy iscríomh lámh agus money, tan léirthóir ran Lyles, son an chuiste cuigiiltis náisiúnta agus an rangpoist agus telegrafa. Scanáin glóite é seo inar bhíad Milo sé agus Maureen Toll an bheirt réalt agus ní héana á bhéal é sin. Cahan Milo an táma tairmh áil Walter Mitty Hevrus gan stró. Scéal lán di rán agus dá féis. A léiríonn gur fear a héan solt agus grán a bhaim agan an phobail ná ólas, lám, tor, fíriiciúil. Chuirbe, sé dríocht an chrín a chrohéan Milo agus Maureen a dhéan graim árnaide. Ag díobhain atás bheall sé an pobail an cuigiiltis.
Seo é Donal ó Dúlaí go cháide, is deacra rá céad atá an anbal. Ach, tosaíonn an scéal an áíre, díreach inis cothram an leis ó bliain á hin. Ní raibh túra meid Donal faoi aon tribloid a bheith an dó an bhadan seo, agus éana hí an sin faoi mar banósaige a bringloid. Hagus sé féin a gceart as gach bringloid a seo. Éana leach, ina leach sefir. Díreach an is mar hampla, bhí sé leis an tíise go bhí bhuion de cheódrabálathe idirnáisiúnta a raibh luach séthar mór le fáil ó Interpol as iad a ghabháil.
Le go an conna sin ó Jenny méid corpdaíad.
Go many dí a chuit a ggónal?
Many dí a gut se bhharín?
Céir é seo?
Córán, féirín beag. Na cefn leat an lá tán. Stórí na cefn leat an lá tán.
Is cuimhin go má. A gcuimhin an lei seo 3 bliain ó hin glach mé fáinne gealtain a siúit.
Thuige mar grá go fada an fetheh 3 bliana. Ach níl sé éasca airgad a chéile chéile. Tá mé go leor a gom le bun airgad a cusíist an teachtas den troscánach. Tá sé deacha teacht ar an airgad mór.
Agus an mist an cheiste chur cé bhéad a bhí ar seo. Ó ghónal dá méid an tairg go léir a going a catúir na cúrán agus na féiríní eile le 3 bliana bheith go leor a going. Agus fós. Mar a méid an tairgad a churtú a mór de chud scéman a amideacha a dhéanach fear severdíat ar an spot a marja. Da bheith knap ma harigad a going is. Ach níl an neart an chun plana cheapú agus an sin dul a leis. Céim wa bheith caint. Sé lom chlár na férané tatú rólag. Ma lena bín mar seo, be míid a camóra a ghealú an fósta gean cléig a blian, agus an úr sin féinní bheith míid pósta. Táim tíirseachte.
Cé tá ceiste got?
Tá mé dóir ire, táim tíirseachte. Agus tá Gerald in ar glaunas. Seo, tóg é sin. Agus é sin. Tóiríd an céad cholín eile bheits luite leat. Beg bullan a hóigéirí fiú nor a beg blas na seaní séirthe.
Ní hiige man chain seo. Níor lá tú mar sin lom riamh.
Tá sé ansimplí, táim tíirseach a fannach, dan digan tú é sin. Is tí amach rí is mín lom na lúntis leanaí dáil, sal a meme an is an finsin.
Ach fan, nó me de bháin.
Ní anhí, fiú nó me de bháin eile, tá djera again. Is fear gan ceangal tú is? Ní gágad bheith mag a fóm. A ligantart go raibh túchan mé a fósú.
Ach ní raibh mé ag ligantarm.
Wel, beidir gur ceaptú nach raibh. Ach tuis ná dhéan tú dada faoi. Ó se goin uasal, tá mé ma bhealachas deach.
Éisle má bháin.
Ní éistí, tá ma chud ráid agam. Tá Gerald in ar glaunas, agus beg Gerald an fustman na James deach. Tá sé féin a gléach orm.
Scéal brónach. Ach bhí an ceartacha, ní bheith fá súil go gatha calín có dathúla marí na saola fannacht. Jawl ad a bháil, ach mo léir capal gan wahabhí an. In áma dó lá seáb, fuair ar gara solas am ringloid eile, bringloid na gearúch. Cuir mí se gás, díirech, cuir mí se gás gur bhuaí an capalúd an rás. Céir a déir falla sin, capal gan seans, fiche in aige héan, ach bhí sé tacha déan ghnó chun a chuid airgid a chur an gapla sin. Geall eile ní chuirigh sé nniu. Bhí fis a gnóthaigh don le dúlaí, ní raibh sarú mar chearú, agus chuir sé an tomláán a gapalúd. Se an tomláán 500 punt a trón.
Bujel ella cara, Tommy de Clora.
Ah, 10,000 punt. Cé credach é, táú har bar a heisce, har bar fad.
Níl dad é, bhí an tálam, ach deir mé seo leat. Ní raci mé san seans a ríis. Tá Gerald le carúcas agam.
Dónal bocht, dá dar loch sé. An tránána mí ábhrach sin bliana hin, dúirt marín leis nach gá go siúlgadí an bus le, beidir go sílach dína go raibh siad mór le chéile fós. Barad a gach dunacha a bhealach héin a gháil festa. Dónal bocht, le héad a chruachás, dús gan airgid an is gan calín. Cá baon dína airgid, bín airgid chun stíracha, airgid chun hósa, airgid chun plánach ó gáil. Chéan chuoin néann siad é. Có fadas a bhain le Dónal, mistéir a bhí an. Bringloid ríis, bannaire, ní bheir tribloid faoi airgid lei sin, agus seo leis chun siúil am ringloid eile. Cuir mí se gás, díirech, cuir mí se gás go raibh bannaire an í óg áling sever, í fúdathe agus airgid ó fóscailte á éile ver a son.
Céim torné sin.
Madra hís an staire, caithigh go bhfuil duine éigean lasmuoi.
Síos le go feici tú, táir mise aradí seo, agus táir mo gine agus a bhail ína néanach leat.
Táhaid,
An brúd a chuid na hóige sin?
Cerde?
Brú na hóige.
Ní ha, níl brú an seo.
Ceir a bheith sin?
Iní lom, tá sí gan híal, a cheart go digfá.
Bhhail am leabhart lé.
Tar is tra?
Rachamid go dé an Colin Osel.
Muin na muice bhí sé ó alla bhiliúnaí as Texas a bheith heithir. Agus bhair siad go sonna an chuid eile dá saoil. Terminus, ach ní ceann chúrsa do gána le ach crosmhóthar. Lenach sé de hir a bringelóid mar a bheag lenah, nó reise chun máí na bheala reis, tacht dagwyd héin a bheitcha agus sonas dá ríre. Bín blian á hin, na bhí máirín agus Donald cá dúla chéile rith na bliana, ach bin raibh.
Go many díagad a bháirín?
Mae'n díagad a gána.
A bháirín, an cyfan leat a lá táin?
Ní cyfan, cén lá é, an ceart go mercus a gan?
An cyfan an le seo, a gheal tú mé a fósa. Ach féag. Cyr sé seo íon ort.
Láir cuigiltis?
Se, chu mé tús le cúntas blian ó hin. Chu mé airigad an gach seachtain ó hin. Airigad dúine. Tá mé a grá leat a bháirín agus is míon lom tú a fósa. Níl mé ag ligad orm, na má tá, níl leis am a galar.
Well, nósí mé rón de trígónal. Bhí túram a gom go raibh tú a chur airigad a deisce. Agan a bhaná béidir. Agus bhí mé a gcuide go leanfáide agus go bhéad mis pósú. Agus nósí mé rún eile duit. Bhí mise a chuigil freisin. Bheith mí duna an pósan is nach meg. Péis géile is míon lam na lúntais leanaí dáil. Agus in is? An bhfuil cead agam an fáinne dáil haneis?
Agus fáilte.
Má táid dul ar aiglan o'r blan, tá lán le déana fucking, banig an chórtáil go fóil.
Béidir nach méoch slíad agus éine deach beag ach chuirmí se gás, díra chuirmí se gás, bert bhuachil agus bert chalín. Well, aber trúr bhuachil agus trúr chalín. Is a bringelóid a támid a rí seach tá dé fríocht an. Tíci an ceann seo in éfach.
Is ráid bhaile Brookhaven in 1929 a gríon gafach the Irish Village. Léir a thóir ó hasanna James Clark a bhí a bhail córsaí. Sé bliain a riimi sin agus é fós a tréanáil in Ealing Studios, bhí scanán a bhain le rince Summer Daydream in Brookhaven léir a hiige. Chuig áilecht na háite chó mór san a bheimer, gur il sé féin agus Ian McIntyre ceoltóir in 1929. Scéal bhaintear thuailmháin, clán a raibh cardas fásta atarthaín agus Clark is mó bhí ann. Ní óldú den bithe duine an léirú, níor tispánach riamh airigad agus Clark féin a heas an costas fad. Ní lánach roiarcanna héal na háite in 1929 gan dólas ánach seo, go bhfuil Brookhaven i mélan bháis. Calafort mór de bhaid ó Verica be hétrá. Chacail Yelmo Marconi Shalón a forbut na telegrafíochta i ggéadúir. Ach fé 1929 hála 3 bás in gach brethe agus de bhailig forabhór na hóige leo ar lear. Baile fáca ina déag ag an aimsir.
This is the village of Brookhaven in the county of Cork, Ireland. It's a fishing and farming community, and at one time was very much more prosperous than it is today. Brookhaven, like many other villages in Ireland, has fallen on hard times. The population now stands at a mere 69. Which includes those who live in nearby farms. Emigration is taking the young people away from villages like this, and those who remain are either old or middle-aged. It's because of this threatened extinction that we decided to make a film of life in an Irish village. An ordinary place, with nothing special about it, except, of course, that it's dying.
When I came to this village 30 years ago, it had a population of 150. Now that has dwindled to 70, and is typical of many villages in rural Ireland. The old die, the young leave. Those of us who remain are sad at the prospect. There are few modern amenities in the village, and the likelihood of getting such luxuries as running water, drainage, or electricity becomes more and more remote. Fishing is the main source of income, and in a good season the men can make enough to see them through the winter. We are fortunate that our harbour has no watershed, which makes it one of the finest storage places in Ireland for crayfish. And as long as fishermen fish crayfish and catch them, there will always be a living for someone in Brookhaven. I myself act as agent for the fishermen, but most of my time is taken up with the farm. Every morning I take the milk to the creamery. This is a mobile separating unit which stands outside the village for the benefit of all the farmers roundabouts. The milk is poured into the separator on one side, and on the other we withdraw whatever we require for our own use. The creamery is of benefit to the farmer inasmuch as it sort of cuts out the middleman. It buys the produce straight from the farmer and sells him anything he requires for his farm or his home, straight from the creamery, with no merchant or middleman getting a cut out of the deal. The creamery has had a marked effect on village life. It has become the established meeting place for the farmers. They don't come into the village much anymore, except to church on Sunday or to the occasional wedding or wake. By the time we are leaving the creamery, the fishing boats are well on their way. I buy lobsters for a French company, and anything caught today will be picked up by a French boat within a fortnight. It's a happy arrangement, and those Frenchmen are sort of welcome. They supply pots to the fishermen, and in some cases they don't take any money for them. When you take your animal to the fair, you first want to find out what he's worth. You meet a buyer. He comes up and says, "What do you want for the old cow? What do you want for the heifer?" He generally says the little heifer in order to try and weaken you. So you start talking, you say, "I'm asking 45. And he says, "45 for what? Where's the other one?" You say, "I want 45 for that one." Then he says, "You must be mad," and offers you 35. After a while he says, sort of confidentially, "What would you sell it for, actually?" And he offers you 40. Then you weaken a bit and you ask 44. He offers you 42. Then after a while some other fellow comes up and says, "Well, what's between ye?" "Oh," says I'm asking 44 and he's offering 42. Divide it. So you make it 43, and it's generally a deal at that. There used to be many more young faces to be seen on fair days, but you see, there's nothing to keep them here. A young girl doesn't want to hang about here. She'd rather be off to England earning money. having a gay time. The older generation of farmer is refusing to go with the times, and his son feels less inclined to work for him. If the old fellow makes, say, £200 at the fair, he thinks he'll put it in the bank. But if his son, who's been working for the past year to produce that £200, asks his father for a fiver, the old man will think he's mad. He'll say, "I never got more than a shilling from my father. Here's 10 bob, and I think you're doing well." The farmer's refusing to go with the times. This is the village school. There are so few pupils now that it may have to be closed. After school, my two youngest often go down to the shore to pick winkles. They can earn a few bob this way, for the Frenchmen will buy the winkles along with the lobsters. Farming is gradually becoming more mechanized in these rural parts, but it's a slow and expensive business. Some men go over to England for a few weeks to earn sufficient money for the hire of a tractor. Life for the women can be very dull, especially in the winter. There's nowhere to go, nothing much to do. Generally blows a gale or pours with rain, and it's dark before 4 o'clock. They just wait for the summer.
That's where I came here. There's a big swell here. A big swell.
Recently, the Bishop of Cork has been calling attention to the situation in rural Ireland. He's telling a lot of facts about the emigration problem, some of which are very distasteful to hear. But apparently, he's getting nowhere. He's just a voice crying in the wilderness.
She gave a big party and invited us all to attend. So we gathered a gang, went down to her house, a few pleasant hours to spend. There was Duffy and Kelly and Flynn and myself, a jollier crowd hard to find. But the thing most important we almost forgot, we may left the piper behind. We invited him down to the party, he brought a bagpipe speech and we asked him to sing, he says no, I'll play yous a bit of a dance. So he picked up his pipes and began for to play, till someone got fooling about. They cut a big hole in the bag of his pipes, and this was the tune that came out. Row, lily dam, ride dam the doodle lam, ride lam the day, row diddle doodle lam, get the idle dam, row diddle doodle lam, ride doodle dee. When the piper found out that his bags were cut, he made a lap out on the floor. His kiddo got walking the trip hammer style, he landed him under the jaw. Mr. Louis into the hall made a rush, trying to get out to the door. But the piper had 9 of them tied in the count, and swore he could lick 20 more. We invited him down to the party, he brought a bagpipe speech and we asked him to sing, and he says no, I'll play yous a bit of a dance. So he picked up his pipes and began for to play, till someone got fooling about. They cut a big hole in the back of his pipe, and this was the tune that came out. Row, lily dam, ride dam the doodle lam, ride lam the day, row diddle doodle lam, get the idle dam, row diddle doodle lam, ride doodle dee.
To an old fogey like me, this party is great fun. But I suppose it's not much compared with the dance halls, picture palaces and all that, which the young people can get in the cities. They can't think much of it anyway because they're leaving. And although there may be enough work for the haves, there's nothing left for the have-nots. There's no alternative but to emigrate or go on the dole. In this parish, there are more old-age pensioners than there are children going to school. In a population of 1,500 at the moment, you may have 5 or 6 births in the year. Deaths exceed births like 3 to 1. The old are dying, the youth are going away. This parish is doomed to extinction. It just can't go on.
Here, in the ruins of houses, once occupied by people who also danced and sang on Sunday evening, the only music heard now is that of the new occupants, the birds. The old are dying, the youth are going away. Those of us who remain are sad at the prospect. But to us, the village can never die, and our lasting impression must be of a warm, generous community who will live forever, at least in our hearts.
Be an tram go bean éidir an televís derig dá hórtanéring. Ahrú mór na saoil dá lán daoine a bheith dúna na líne in 19 De bhar an chlamper fai bli a tógach, de rinne John Sarsfield agus James Maguire, Green Craffadori le céird, an scanán seo gan éon réamh haíacha. De chaisiad an tarach agus tús an táraigh 19 a marcaíocht ar an tram, a scanánú daoine agus suíomh an éireanráid. Gaelta nó carde de chud na néantóirí, a lán díobh sin, a insin achtarí beaga a léiríonn a duiscint ar an nghail atá idir daon rí agus inalra, atartha siúd a bharcaíonn ar an tram agus ag an ásail. Duine díobh siúd an bhean chnag éasta a taistil ar an tram go bean éidir, chun íos go cheannach. Is sé seanmháthir James Maguire an léir thóir. In Aradála ficimíd bert ógánach a spaisteoireach de measc na gnach. Is dachar gan smaoinmh ar Ulysses agus corna dramana faoi glas an depó is díthe. A rís tá mothúla buint as an moga ó roirc go chéile, brahamid tosnathe agus críocha, a chrochaíonn scanán atá muoitnach ach farisin, chéimhnachach agus achranach, mar a bheith fadó, ach gan éon sonas sirí.
Summer's afternoon, fine enough to draw a crowd to the seaside for a brush with the salt air and the long, cold waves and the furrowed, dimpled sands, always a wonder, and the boats. But first, over the hill from Sutton to Howth Hill. A tram will take us there, the Howth tram. This is a ghost. They took up the lines a few years ago, and the tram will never make this journey again. This is a memory of a summer's afternoon some years ago, and a ghost will take us over the hill to the sea. In the tram's first days, when the lines were new and just put down, before the little green blinds on the windows had been faded by salt air and hot sun, and the brasses were new, the tram's companions were carriages and cabriolets and horses stepping on cobbles. And then, it may be, the tram was an eagle of traffic, peremptory and gleaming. The ring of its warning bell, the clatter of its steel sides, the terror and admiration of all pedestrians left behind, gaping. Not much of an eagle now, but very humble and beautiful. Its springs become delicate and frail with time. Like an old lady she is, taking her time, kindly, slow, deliberate, careful in all her movements, watching her step. An old lady can't be too careful. On top of the hill of Hoath, and the afternoon still fine and warm, bright and warm as a penny in the pocket, and the sea still there. Time for the crew to have a cup of tea, or a bottle of stout, maybe, or a word or two with the crew of the other car. Time enough for the driver to leave some groceries from Sutton at a house down the road. Or time just to sit quiet, watch, and wait. And if the passengers wander too far, a bell will ring loud, but courteous, of course, to bring them back. One more stop. No hurry. An old friend. Now we go, dancing, quick and bumpy for the children, as they like it. Their patience about to be rewarded. A little time to ourselves, a pocketful of pennies to spend by the bright sea, and everything seeming brighter purchased by the sea. Wonderful, strange sea. Sea air blew over all, and the children didn't seem to grow tired at all. Peace and quiet on quayside and cobble, on the corked decks of trawlers, on nodding dinghies in the harbour water. Peace on the windy stalls and on all the bright holiday. Peace on the salt air. It pulled like the gentle pull of tide and water on dinghy and trawler, like the tug an angler knows, strong but delicate at the end of his line. And everyone felt better and happier for such a bright encounter. As the afternoon grew late, and the time had come to go home, the tram, which had waited so patiently through the bright hours, stirred herself again for the long climb back. She rang a bell for them, and they came. Day trippers, holiday makers, up from the seashore, from the cobbled quayside, out from between the boats, up from the sand dunes, from the long grass, from the heather and the bellflowers and popping gorse on the marble cliffs. A bit tired, most of them. So many people. Companions again for a minute, catching the late sun and the wind. Strangers together on the top deck of an electric car. And hadn't it been a great outing for them? Doubtless the whole wide seafront was marked by traces of their visit. Cartons and blown paper, bent tins, tickets, bottles abandoned in victory in the long, bright hours of peace. And torn shreds of newspapers, left flaunting themselves, pale and sad in every hollow, like banners after a raid. Well, a day trip is like that, everywhere. For some, the day was not yet over, and there was still space and light to find high above the sea. Tram's first days, when the lines were shining new and just put down, her springs resilient still, blithe as an athlete, alert for all declivities in her way, before she became delicate and frail with sea rust. In those first days, the tram's companions were open carriages, horse cabs, dog carts clattering on cobbles. And then, it may be, she was an eagle of traffic, startling all poor horses as she sidled by with a ring of her warning bell, with the clangor and stress of her wheels. terror and admiration of all pedestrians left behind, gaping. Not much of an eagle now, but very humble and dutiful. The last journey nearly done. The bright day nearly done. The bright day done.
President Kennedy in éiring. Sagart de chud Old Columbanus a dhéan an cúntas seo chóir John F. Kennedy éiring is saoire na bliana 1963. Chun airigad a chiileamh dá nobair misiúnta as tispánta sí os cóir Gaelmheiricánach a léirigh an taithir Jerry Smith, misiúnaí ón gabháin an eachta seo. Seo an ten scanán daitid an chúrd a chabháin ceann a dhéan scanántóir persanta an uachtaráin féin. Nos gach scanáin eile an ábhar seo, tispántóir a chúrd á Clia, Loch Garaman, Corcaigh, Gaillimh agus Limnach, le giotaí dá óráidí agus pictúirí de bhór Uisleán Stáit idir Thua agus Cléir. Is léir ó nós cainte an tráchtara gur bhaithe le meón locht fiochanna Americánacha de rá Ghael a bhus, a chuireach an iirecht le chéile.
June 26, 1963, is a memorable day in the life of Ireland. This is the day the Irish people anxiously awaited. For today, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, President of the United States, arrives among them. On his arrival at Dublin Airport, President Kennedy is greeted by American-born Eamon de Valera, the 80-year-old President of Ireland. In replying to his welcome, President Kennedy referred to himself as one of millions of Irish descent who had kept a place in their ancestral memory for the green and misty Isle. And in that sense, he was indeed returning home. As President Kennedy inspects the honor guard, thousands crowd the surrounding buildings to get a glimpse at this dominant world leader, whose courage and zeal had rekindled hope in the hearts of free men. The greeting given to President Kennedy in Ireland had a warmness and depth surpassing anything experienced by any previous visitor to Ireland. This greeting also expressed the esteem of the Irish people for the United States, with the remembrance that the United States contributed so much to the hopes of the Irish nation during the dark days of the 18th and 19th centuries. Leaving the airport, the motorcade made its way through O'Connell Street in the heart of Dublin. Thousands have lined the streets for hours to honor the first American president who has come to visit them. On the following morning, President Kennedy visits Arbor Hill and lays a wreath on the grave of the executed leaders of the 1916 Rising. The president was so impressed by the soldierly bearing of the honor guard of young cadets that he later requested a film of their drill movements to be sent to him in Washington. The memorial service at Arbor Hill was, in the president's own words, the highlight of his visit to Ireland. Later in the morning, the presidential party makes its way to County Wexford. The first stop is Duncanstown, near New Ross, from which his great-grandfather, Patrick Kennedy, had immigrated to the United States 100 years earlier. Here he is greeted by relatives and friends, and the informality of this visit remembered by all who witnessed it. His hostess is Mary Ryan, his nearest living relative in Ireland. In the concrete farmyard from which Patrick Kennedy had immigrated, tables are set for a tea party, and soon President Kennedy becomes the central figure in a lighthearted family picnic. He drank several cups of tea and ate salmon sandwiches, joking with his cousin as to whether the salmon had been illegally poached from the Barrow River. He cut a ceremonial cake and handed slices around. He asked for neighbors and distant relatives and invited officials and security guards to join in eating the food. Then, proposing a toast, he said, we will drink a cup of tea to all the Kennedys who have gone away and to all who have remained at home. His enthusiasm and obvious enjoyment became so infectious that an official occasion became a happy family reunion, and security measures and the demands of the official program went by the board. And so John Fitzgerald Kennedy had visited the home of his ancestors. The visit may have been brief, but the people of Duncanstown regard it as a signal honor, and the story of that visit would no doubt be retold for decades around the firesides of County Wexford. As a remembrance of his visit, he plants special trees and pats the heads of local children lined up outside the farmyard. From Duncanstown, the presidential party moves to the town of Wexford. Here, a schoolboy band greets him with the song of the great Wexford hero, Kelly, the boy from Killan, which so touched the president that he joined in the chorus. On the docks of Wexford stands the 10-foot-high statue of John Barry, father of the American Navy and commander in the first naval battle of the American Revolution. He was also the first man to receive a commission in the United States Navy. There is the usual parade through the narrow streets of ancient Wexford. Even billboards and rooftops are utilized on this special occasion.
My country welcomed so many sons and daughters of so many countries, Irish and Scandinavian and German, Italian, and all the rest, and gave them a fair chance and a fair opportunity. The Speaker of the House of Representatives is Irish of descent. The leader of the Senate is of Irish descent. And what is true of the Irish has been true of dozens of other people. In Ireland, I think you see something of what is so great about the United States. And I must say that in the United States, through millions of your sons and daughters and cousins, 25 million, in fact, you see something of what is great about Ireland.
The next stop is New Ross, a port town at the mouth of the Barrow River. It was from here that Patrick Kennedy had sailed for the New World 100 years before. In New Ross, he receives a tumultuous welcome. The man whose fame circles the earth is coming to honor them. The great-grandfather who had brought the name and fame of the Kennedys to the United States was one of themselves. Now his great-grandson is returning, not only as a Kennedy, but as president of the greatest nation on earth. And for that reason, they are justly proud. On a platform along the Barrow River, the president accepts the gifts of the townspeople for Mrs. Kennedy. The presentation is made by Andy Minahan, the stately bearded figure who conducted the ceremony in a spirit of humor. Accompanying the president are his two sisters, Mrs. Eunice Schreiber and Mrs. Jean Smith. The visit to New Ross was indeed informal, and here the president was completely relaxed, and his subsequent speech was a highlight of the Wexford visit.
my great-grandfather left here to become a cooper in East Boston, he carried nothing with him except two things: a strong religious faith and a strong desire for liberty. And I'm glad to say that all of his great-grandchildren have valued that inheritance. If he hadn't left, I'd be working over at the Albatross Company. Or perhaps for John D. Kelly. In any case, we are happy to be back here. About 50 years ago, an Irishman from New Ross traveled down to Washington with his family, and in order to tell his neighbors how well he was doing, he had his picture taken in front of the White House and said, "This is our summer home. Come and see us." Well, it's our home also in the winter, and I hope you will come and see us. Thank you.
Among the welcomes extended to President Kennedy during his Irish visit, none could outdo in concentrated enthusiasm the reception he received during his whirlwind tour of Cork City. As the motorcade swings through the city, the crowds press forward, the men cheer, and the women of Cork shower his car with rose petals. Inside City Hall, he is introduced by the Mayor of Cork, and the President brings his audience to their feet on several occasions by his jovial remarks and witty comments. Outside City Hall, the enthusiasm of the crowd is beyond restraint, and even the security guards have difficulty clearing a path for the President. When the President observed an Irish policeman using a little force on an over-enthusiastic admirer, he was heard to say, "Don't do that. That man is a good friend of mine." Finally, the motorcade gets underway. It was here that an ardent admirer held onto the President's hand too long as the car moved forward, and the President fell headlong into the back seat. But fortunately, he was none the worse of the experience. June 29th was the final day of his Irish visit. He arrives in Galway to be welcomed by Mayor Ryan and Bishop Brown of Galway. On hand to greet him was an American Legion unit made up of Irishmen who served in World War II and for whom the President had a special regard. A group of 400 children wearing costumes making up the colors of the Irish flag form a special honor guard for the President. He chats and jokes with his youthful admirers. then the presidential party gets on its way through the narrow, winding streets of ancient Galway. Arriving at City Hall, he poses for pictures with the members of the Galway City Council. Then he becomes a free man of the ancient city, and in a subsequent speech refers to his native Boston as the adopted home of thousands of Galway men.
If the day was clear enough, and if you went down to the bay and you looked west, and your sight was good enough, you would see Boston, Massachusetts. And if you did, you'd see down working on the docks there some Dohertys and Flahertys and Ryans and cousins of yours who have gone to Boston and made good. I wonder if you could perhaps let me know how many of you here have a relative in America who you'd admit to, if you'd hold up your hand. You send us home covered with gifts, which we can barely carry, but most of all, you send us home with the warmest memories of you and of your country. So I must say that though other days may not be so bright as we look towards the future, that the brightest days will continue to be those in which we visited you here in Ireland. If you ever come to America, come to Washington, and I tell them if they wonder who you are at the gate that you come from Galway. The word will be out, and when you do, it'll be Caith Mille Fáilte, which means in Gaelic 100,000 welcomes.
The visit to Galway is over. At Salt Hill, his helicopter is ready and waiting, and John Fitzgerald Kennedy leaves behind old friends with fresh memories. For it is certain that no visitor to Ireland left behind such an indelible impression as did this youthful statesman with the magnetic personality. As he leaves, a fishing fleet lines the waters of Galway Bay as a tribute to the man who had graced their shore and who in turn had stolen their hearts away. Mrs. Frances Cordell, the mayor, welcomes the president to Limerick, and her eloquent address was afterwards described by him as the best he had heard since he came to Europe. This Limerick visit was unscheduled until the day before, when the president first met the charming mayor. Although this visit was unexpected, thousands thronged Green Park Racecourse to see him. After all, John Fitzgerald Kennedy had ties with Limerick because it was here his maternal ancestors were born. Limerick City, said the mayor, claims the Fitzgerald in you, and we too are proud of your mother Rose and her dynamic father, Honey Fitz. Indeed, all Ireland was proud of John Fitzgerald Kennedy, and perhaps Prime Minister Sean Lemass summed it up when he said, "We are proud of his Irish origin and the honor he has brought to our race." At Shannon Airport, the presidential plane is ready to take him home to Washington. An Irish Army unit lines the runway at Shannon, and John Fitzgerald Kennedy takes a last salute on Irish soil. In his farewell speech, he says, "This is not the land of my birth, but it is a land for which I hold the greatest affection. The wonderful hospitality I have been showered with has indeed made me feel that I had come home. From the bottom of my heart, I say, God bless Ireland." A group of Irish folk singers whom he had heard earlier have composed a special song in his honor. He listens in silence with bent head. As he leaves, we recall the words of the Boston poet John Boyle O'Reilly and feel he expressed the sentiments of the Irish people. Thank God for one dear friend, with face still radiant, with the light of truth, whose love comes laden with the scent of youth. Then he went as he came, like a whisper in the dawn. But Ireland and her people were the richer for the visit of John Fitzgerald Kennedy.
I géal Roisigún den chláir a dunnach phleac cheoil, mar gurb ann a tinólach féle mhór an cheoil dúchais in 1967. Bhí bara agus fása a gríomseach tagadh ar an geol dúchais in sna 60 agus bhí ceoltóirí agus country ó éiring ar nós Dolly McMahon a bhí páirteach san Scanán ina gcuid thuntasach den bara éachtach ar fud na crunne san cheol dúchais. Bhí cilras plúchtal ó siúd de cheoltóirí agus chóirtóirí ó chéanas ó chongar chóir ceol, cultúr agus crack. Portráid de phobal bríomhar borúil, Louis Marcus ó chorcaig an stúrthóir. Thosnig an Gael idir Louis agus Gaelin nuair a d'oibrí sé a deanta George Morrison an scanán Mise Éire. Lean sé do háirge scanán san Gaelin ina measc portráid de Christy Ring agus camóra éiri amach na Cásca an Tinne Bheo. Bhuaigh flá ceoil dúis Silver Bear ag flá scanán Berlin. Maile le dúisina eile sa Rúis, sa Spáin agus sa Bheilg. Nithe a chur go mór le gradam scanán na héireann fud a dáin.
Flá ceoil. Beag an atmosfér lá patrúin lá éanaigh nó lá cléthe críomha, ach sé an ceol a chruiníonn mo daoine, sléad a ceoil, ráirtaí ceoil, flá ceoil. Cruiníonn ceol daoine, ach peabar a hanalinn níor cruinnig slúach ó héag súil leis an slú hagan chuig flá. Uirint an níl éir an íon ó cáid nó a cúise bhealaníir. Sean cáid a chuid díomh ó cáid eile dá sort, buaire an mhuileann cear, maniste na buaile, is ní bhí an ábhar cainte gán. Slist an saoil an flá. Ní a gcónaí a chealann an suircas an dúircas. Ach sé an suircas rá an óige. I dímpleacht chríúil ceolbhar trégan an cuimhíos náisiúntaíad agus ba bheag nach síolfágar cinne rómán súil sin. Cinne rómán súil? The Lord save us. Ag súlacht slúag an dát, ó bhachas go bán détá rá. Ach sé an ceol a chruiníonn an slúag, agus ní ag súlaíad san an bhuaile sí a thugann siad leo. Bhuaile sí nach saolacht a hana air go deol a ceolta tíre. Mar seo tá an sean ceol a fáil léas nó a sí, nós sean íon na mu déal nua. Agus cábhfuil an ceolan is, tá seisiún ar gear nó, seisiún in os an chúine, seisiún eile sa chlós ar a cúl. Skypan na scéalt agus cruiníonn na ceoltóirí. mar is andúilinering, léiríonn na slinte an siar. Slinte santasacha iar an chláir. Bhí an taringt dhíine loch dáilethe na dí agus cáhúna. A bhfuil siúla féin de dhifir idir ceol agus ól, agus ní bhí an ceandí bhí bhadas láthir nuair atá an tarta bhuacha. Mas tuisce duch ná scéal nach tuisce rí sé gás an áráin.
Let your quacks and newspaper, they cut in their capers about curing the vapor that scratcher the gout. With their powders and potions, their sands and lotions, of fun in their notions, they're mighty put out. Would you know the truth is it's a bother pathetic and pitch to the devil, cramp, colic and spleen. You'll find it, I think, if you take a big drink, put your mouth to the brink of a glass of poutine. Then stick to the crater, the best thing in nature for sinking your sorrows and raising your joys. Oh, what botheration, oh, those in the nation can give consolation like whiskey, me boys. Come, guess me this riddle, what be pipe and fiddles, what stronger than mustard or milder than cream? What best with your whistle, what's clearer than crystal, sweeter than honey and stronger than steam? What will make the dumb talk, what will make the lame walk, what's the elixir of life and philosopher's stone? And what helped Mr. Brunel to dig the Thames Tunnel? Sure wasn't it whiskey from Holding Shore? Why don't you drink it yourself? Then stick to the crater, the best thing in nature for sinking your sorrows and raising your joys. Oh, Lord, I'd not wonder if lightning and thunder was made from the plunder of whiskey, me boy.
Aimsir ghuach na héran gur cummalé ciseach a dhéanamh de híam sa saorí. Ach ní héan an bháisteach har an grechan, agus is cinnte nach múchan sí an ceol. Agus tá rudaí le déanamh lóistína larag, anad cuine sa chríoch seachtain ribré aimsiú. Lucht ahanti se chuirtú, cégur dachrí a dahantu na chéile go minic. Come a fluke trim an aimsir bíon an slua sheer glúiseach, chís, suas, sir sheer ó ceann an bhaile. Ach is minic ar glúiseach gan chaspóirí. Fé mar a chuireach an sheer cheol tuchas taistilí manachan agus. Dían thuachas crí an ceol, agus feitir dían de chinál éigen an máisteach an cheann. Aigle se geol, trimá sé rís ar bau.
stronche, siale stronche, isker fuine fodi, nachir me gram ochri.
Oit le lui, agus oit le grai mé. Gá riachtanas in ámer be. Agus riaran an flair gach riachtanas. Bíon shen gach diaun, agus eag súlacht gach bí. Sna haitana agus sa go luadar is eag súla. Fir máltacht a bhain atá riarig. Agus céo ige dastíon sé sin. An té a hagan gan nach chuid a ráin, ní rai sé bhaile a rasca. Céim chi in éiríonn le baile beag in éiring, bí a chuináil leis na míltar feag 3 lá. Ní éad fi a dhéanamh gan ábaltocht lucht gnó. Bíon bíal a fáil is siúpa leabhar nó is siúpa éadaí, chumá leis an ósta nó an cafe. Ní ó cáid í seo da idir lealú gaiirimecha, fear a bhain a dul do chairim a bhain. Agus ní héan ceol a bhain atá dúchasach. Bia rí ruáin, bia tuata bairní, bia cailí foiachan, is iad a brucha lena snáid. Crúbín í muiche agus gráine beag salan leo. Siad atá go meach an ochras an óil a bhúca, nó chan tart eile a thuiseach. Agus ní bhíon muil ar an óige a géal féin a bhaint a samplan an íon a fásta. Tá bhín ann nach tens a tens, agus thugan riar a gáis ó bhaile leo. An rud a hálóch nethir múil de gná is beag nach féchan sé fuir múil ar an láthir seo. Ach maidir le tráhanna béle ar a cáid mar seo is onaníad agus tráhanna ocrais. Sé an ghuile an clog, agus tá chuid mhór dá míon a láthir níl san íthe ach pís eile den lá. Gréim me ghuine an ocrais agus sreb san ó. Le test na gréine agus le himimecht lé, tagan an tuise. Tagan líine bhag, agus is tirsúil an tústa sléip tí lá tras 100 mílin breis. Dí bríon an ceol an tirse seall tamil ach fillan sé. Go háirithe le techt an tráthnóna. Ach is réig mar a chuidan an óige an raginna de. Sin a sir an nós an chuit, agus néal a chola, sin an leis. Mar tá ihe eile fós le techt, agus ní móide gur sa leaba a chafarí.
I wish in vain. I wish I were a maid again, but a maid again I can never be until apples grow on an ivy tree. For love is pleasing and love is teasing, and love is a treasure when first it's new. But as love grows older, then love grows colder, and it fades away like the morning dew. Now there is an alehouse in the town, and there my love he sits him down. He takes a strange girl on his knee, and he tells her things that he once told me. And love and porter makes a young man older, and love and whiskey makes them old and grey. So what cannot be cured, love, must be endured, love, and so I am bound for America.
Is beag roiar down is tólaí ná tachos the lán de cheol rééis titim na hí. Inis sé dhéan an dtíine an gcuine is ráileo, agus is minic nach mí an slídóibh siúd a hagan róbháil. Ach tá an baile faising fáilte, agus an téhí tir seach tránóna hagan beocht nóchaige agus fán an ihe chahabh le ceol go maidin. Níor buineach feic as an lá maireach fós, ach níl an lá inniuh caite ach iirih. An deam nach bhógaigh an phleag a meid an port deire seinte, chrinníonn siad an neart. An drama chuir an compór dribh cheol, fille siad a maire. Nur is eer dan ground sjas daar liggen lo. Kega dakker ra ken traga thrischen en sleep on point is eer degen pla. Maar shohi veel aan fobby. Carnaval agus Mardi Gras na heren. An fla kjoi. Chur Louis Marcus Ard Aim Rimish, nar a hug sé faoi pobl a léirú. I logan a éagsúla a gorcaig, mai ó á clia, agus a lean áran, gan trácht ar inad eile. Sprid agus charachtéir winter na héireann a gháil nó a cheangal síos ar scanán. Bhí ard éacht wintermachaige hanna féin in 1967 le Phleá Ceoil, agus le na hóir feblií ar Hunscail scanáin náisiúnta. Cinnire a measclach scanán a bethe riamh ó hús. De gnáil a tacaíocht ó Ghaelinn agus in is rís ó rang na Gaeltachta. Robert Monks a cho ebrí dílis rinn am líon I bhail an chamara. Script le Brown ó Héir agus ceol le Seán ó Riada. Tau agus rá lach scanán na tíre an tuachtar ar an lábhach. Tá súil hir agus tuiscin dirónach le brach in achraach. Is fér go bhfuil an sót sean nacha nach féidir a hachan de scanán de thorasóirí le fáil an seochas an siúd. Ach sáiríonn Marcus gnáthachas an bharagaigh lena hiiscint don ní atá leistíir den thorasóireacht. Féach, machnig, ceistig an cuide a thugann sé dóing, agus cábhis nach dúcamis hiiscint.
Saerún na batha, cnúsach muoine tíl nó amach na bhar héal eile. Ó chaithir go tladach, pobl éantathe, pobl dealathe, measc go muinte. Éon muinte a bháin iad muinte ar graithe na deirtar, ach nach in éon fóca bháin a chuirin siad an tarrigan. Ach más anan is éagsúil, agus is deachar a rág ar cóirí rach me se bháin a dhealaí an bhuiil na muinte á chéile. Cé gur anan cinúin gan biliúnaí agus gan cheannaí sráide is deachar a rág ar scátha chéile bhain siad. Ach an féidir a rág irad gur anan muoin héalta agus Severus síl. Cóir an háileachta bheitthe siar ahrú crotha. Agus sí an éagsúlacht giusta na batha, I bobbal beag go mórmór. An dúil go lucht éon chéir den chosúlacht, bheitsagur a bála bheach, ach ní hé saoil na muintir atá éagsúil go minic ach an chuoh gahan siad an saoil. Umláin agus anamúlacht a síl mar chuid gan muintir a dhealaí na daoine ó chéile. Tá an saoil a bhicniú go teomh, mar éascuocht gan duine agus mar éascuocht gan na fórsaí cóchtacha ar a bé dora an chosúlacht a chuir náit le héagsúlaachta. Mas onan dulin keen, agus neckniu a thail, an onan seo agus bós gan trehúlach de hogan brig a phobal, a digleis an aireacht vanama a hachti dreis. Cuid gan bheithe se bheithe réiteach go bheithe is buine, gnónach minic í príomháideach na poibli I ddíirnad leistar an focail anam cominic leis an focail corp. Le ling an gná híl se fectar tréthe sínsir an phobal, á idir san Ilan ach bheith buint léas, sinné an múlacht na muinte. Dalan an ógriacht lucht cheannaí mar a galan teach solis éamlaí. Ní mór cosa choridach agus ligan gan Everest go í dreis cheo melan na fógriachta. Cosa teacht agus cosa gimel. Sha is crua sail an díaltóra nuair atá ceannaíthóirí ar gá chóirle. Bhín gála faid agus le géarthúis nuair bhín gá intinning lec. Mar ní gcónaí a fáitir marga in áite warga. Is gá scil chun bob a bhla nó chun bob a hacant. Mar bhfuil éascaíocht dhicniúil na fihuís ar fáil, nach maith an bhhailrid éascaíocht teanga. Sin rud nach múintear in éon scoil, an géarthúis a hagan an óigé le. I didn't learn it, I was reared to it. Is bega chair san áitse fógriacht nasta na huire. A riad se atá fáil leas nó a saoil, a bhrí ghuiil a bheontas bunaí crutha. Molú ann féin gur fiú iad a chur a scóir a phobal a chorbe. Is maithe tús mar a gíochta rá nach fiú. Gáluach atá gach an se, an luach ceart agus an luach is féidir áil. Mar a déach an tamadána go marga danach na droch erí gon díl. Ach, is fear aféile na dílíochta ná aféile na cuineála. How blessed beyond all blessings are farmers, file agus ní ferimór a dúirt. Ach is éagsúil na háite na waithá ferimór na leiise, tá saoil le gahrú go mear suntasach.
72 part of 72, at 72 part of it 3 minutes, 73 part 4 at 74, at 74 part of it for driver at 74 part of all finish at 74 part. Best I can at 74 pound, I'm on the market 4, 5, 4, 10, 4, 15, 5 pound at 75 pound, it's against you all at front, 5, 5, 5, 10 in front, at 75 pound, 10, 15, 75, 15 against you here in front, down on the left, 76 pound, at 76, 5, at 76, 10, 6, 15, at 76, 15 against you again, at 76, 15, 7 pound, at 77, 5, at 77 pound, 5, and I sell at 10, 15 against you all on the right, 78 pound, 78, 5, 78, 10, 78, 15 against you all 9 pound. £80, £80 and I sell 5, £80, 5 against a 10, £80, 15, £80, 15, 1, £81, 5, £81, 10, £81, 15, £82, I sell last time at 82.
Or the Gasagar. If there more here no slupped feacan in Outland, van een behile kassor kentali. Ach, ta enig fos god fochan gaursje. Fair day. Sha, and yoin looked over the Gasagar, Marin Cower Canach of Fos. Out a mulcher bus, I was a gatcher shelle ralligan. I know, ni hen tenach and balachis efach thee, couldn't gno yana. Ach, his mona okaid gno an tenach. Okaid chadiriv, okaid con buana parson the leru. Skilly mehig, gus kummas margiach. Is leis a very muir an Ballymoor lán éanach. Knav drum na tíre a chur héin in júl os cóir a thíl. Tá sé ráite gur gá bert chun marga, agus beg marga éana a vís taobhla bert. Tá an lucht cabhrach chun an beagán a vís idir díaltóir agus ceannathóir a scailt, agus déantar cuidmhór aisteoireachta scóir a fóbail. Ní ina sí an náirclann atá siad seo ach páirteach sa dráma. Dráma na bhfuil páirte ga chéine. Moltar agus cáintear, neart tola agus cruas crí, agus íochttar deachán áid le hómós gon fishróg. Agus sérvís wancéireachta goibh siúd a dhéalann go fishrógan na linne seo, agus mian lo bheith níos discrédaín an na cuasain. Agus tá fáirtéin sa dráma, ag an té nach dogan chun an éana leis ach fisreacht agus fún chur le béalaideas na muinteire. Bhí an spredálteach de láidir in éiring ar hach de fárig, a grinne sesin na cuid féinde. Leanan gach eicme an osfuireach féin, cóirí cóghaanacha a greidir. The war lai the lean is beag nach muin an príomháid agus dlús a teili leis a teampur protestónach maidin dóna. Muinteras pobuil a winnin de síimplíocht bhaí na críostíochta, agus fós chuimhníonn siad a bhéiniúlacht le dúracht. Más leis a gorp sélá na seachtaine, tuchttar tús gan anam ar a dónach. San áid a grinnín na mílte chun cónaí is beag nach é teach pobuil éon láthir na muintere. Searmanas faoi champóir é se, atá teacht le saoil compórdach léithú le fobuil, ach tá áid fós ina saoil den chruatan na cleacht páric. Dónach chromdú atá fós héin sa gaint ar an dónach dearnach go bhí dúil. Ach le fada nún is go fáric nefa atá an lá tiomnathe. Tagan na mílte go gacha ís agus eicme chun toras na cruaiche thuairt. A déana éirí agus a déana éir I deanta chéine. I wadrih bhreacu a lé a hosan deapa go molach. Na mílte teachtar réanacha trestan na tíre agus in dhé sin go hiúil cos ag eifran ar an molach. Tá ní le chinál an, seanlíne atá dridjam leis a síríocht, ach ina deanta daon óga a chaithí an ihe nocht le rinca agus le plérácha. Na iad léve is paidirín daana iad, a nere go léir ar a spreach. Masla an chorp, clocha crua agus fána géir a tléve, ach ní eithrí go pínós. Tuchttar cúlan is go chompórd, agus is móid an pínós nar chleacht forhórna gos seo éon cheo eile compórd I gahanna bliana. Agus móchan tuairt na buil gágar chos a boga. Ní hunan aimsir bhrear a slíomh agus toras éasca, mar bín an talas leann agus na clocha scuilte. Is an titim déantais agus gortú, agus ní hanamh an titim trom. Ní hí spradáirtacht na muintir a bháin na grísíon an slua go molach na cruaiche. Tá chuid héana a dhéana go dúrán, ag an achtrú, agus ag an mráthíreacht chorpara. Míle go le blian treis a bháis, nach math a hiagpáric a bhaintir. Níl chuid gur máltach de teampulin se, ná an róhalúntach de saolítir chomininic le searmanna sí creidir. Údar gárdachas de gach eilirach, an méide chuir sé rive bheith chutha de. Údar fuise freisin, agus údar gaisce béidir ó réigen eile. Craga loma áran. Inis mór, inis meáin, inis sir. Fáis gan 2,000 duine slí bheithe as na heileáin se. The motor vessel Nuivana will collect livestock from the Aran Islands for transportation to the Galway Fair, Rare Ogra Chorusumpideron, weather and other circumstances permitting. Sanoit nach will Colin a cave win skill fuilelis an obir. Gan corn a winter bodalach an obiri, is ma coirle ach is fair cower, agus ein vehel wine winter an Iline and Lasha, mehel na thra, mehel na gorachy, agus mehel ela fós board the wage. Ein chórum a wine ar a galéir, fechant go streshe gach behiach an teanach slán sáwaid agus I mar a wahasa. Ní mór gach sníime bheith fáiscathe, gach rópa bheith slán, gach duine bheith ardilach. Tahi a wine a wúin an ghaird. An rópa festítir ar a trá, ní mór go fannacht festithe, go mé a behiach ar board the wage. Ach an trámach, tá an behiach fwy chórum an ir atá njerw a chorri. Fáin gach behiach a chórum céana, a behiach ein, behiach gahéine. La slí an ish, agus an chuidir anráití gan obair rompa. Wide a bratcher Brookhaven. Cain a fear that he dún go homlán leis a gorach agus lena chéile. Ní mór fragart láireach the gach ordú béil the gach córa láive. An lúb nach ró festithe ceart ó hús is deacar é a coran a cheartan ish. Agus torras saithir gád líon nú trí gach cean gan a behíise. Nuair a higan furin lá chéile, agus nuair atá corp agus intin coabi, tean an obair ar a luas. Agus an skill có celte sin, nach Dr. ein chuntúirt fwy deara, go dogan an mí hapa oban chun solasí. A drydim na derw le, cwrtio'r bail criach ar obyr, was Dr. Cool a seher, cian tamwyl gyhoedde. Ein winter a wain yn isiad, com a cain pocan ar cwrw an tarigad. Gertra nach wel ein ni is reachtan is a gymplesk dena na began dyn leske. Fen an drydim ar lathe a fo stros agus stro a tail. Ach, nir a mela cena a alien gach einja o rwylja bwylja na baha. Shall a seher, shall a ski. Swefnas an ish agus cahu aimsire. Tá derul a anamulach seher ach is I mon skihe, effecture fear anamulach na muinte.
These the pear like bananas. These the pears of bananas.